Hey guys, what's up? This is Hunter here. Yeah. Hey guys, what's up? This is Hunter. Just kind of slapping together something. I've had a few people asking for a little bit of a tutorial. So if I stutter, I don't normally do this. So just kind of hop in there and we'll get at it. So first thing you're going to do, you're going to pull up Gemini for Google. I don't know the exact subscription pricing. I just know if you're going to make a lot of videos, you're going to spend a lot of money on credits. And hopefully I can show you guys how to kind of make that money work for you because you don't want to burn these credits. So we'll just kind of start from the beginning here. So once you get into Gemini, it's going to look just like ChatGPT. You're going to want to have ChatGPT pulled up as well. Pay for ChatGPT. Please just pay for it, get the subscription, thank me later, because it's going to remember everything you do. You're going to want everything to be remembered by this because it can do literally anything you need it to do. Pay for the premium, do what you got to do. It makes thumbnails for you, things that you don't want to burn credits for in Flow and Gemini. So basically Gemini, it is the same thing as Flow. So let's kind of walk down the line here. I'm just going to go from A to Z. Make sure you got a Gemini subscription. Make sure you're paid up. Get the Ultra. You'll know that you have Ultra. It'll say it up here. You can see mine there. So now we're going to go over to ChatGPT. So just tell ChatGPT exactly what you want and make sure you're very, very specific. So I'm going to show you kind of what not to do. Write a scene for Bigfoot. So ChatGPT, it's not always going to give you what you need specifically. So it's going to give you a few prompts. It's going to kind of help you along your way. We're just going to say, all right, let's give us number one. Let's do Bigfoot in the woods vlog. So see this here, this would work. You could copy and paste this. So you would just copy and paste it. You'd go over to Flow, or you could go over to Google Gemini. For right now, we're just going to do Google Gemini. And then you would just hit submit, and it would produce something fairly accurate to what you want. I'm not going to say it's not, but it's not going to give you the same result every time. And that's going to be the toughest part about doing this. So when you do it, you got to have character descriptions. If you don't have character descriptions, then yes, the AI is going to know who Bigfoot is. But is the AI going to know exactly who you want when you want to put together Mr. Rogers or something else? It's not. So let's say I need a Bigfoot description in depth. And it will produce one that's in depth so that you can have something relatively usable, right? So right here. It's got an awesome description, but this is way too long. So right here, it's asking me if I want to do something cleaned up for a dealership commercial. So again, it's going to learn what you like to do. So what I would do, depending on which one you're using, I always do Flow compatible. So you're going to say, I want a Flow compatible scene, and I want it 8 seconds. So the reason why you want it to be Flow compatible is because check this out. So now we have Appalachian Woods, day, Bigfoot sits along a log, and you can change this. If you want to change it up a little bit, you can still copy and paste it and edit it anywhere else. For me, I get a little lazy with it, and I just do it within Flow. Once you learn how to start reading this and what works and what doesn't, it'll really start coming together for you. I still think this might not be a long enough description. But it's gonna work. So this would produce what we want. So like this would produce something to this degree. Let's just look at the description that we put into produce.
I dated a blue-haired girl with sleeve tats once, and she taught me about astrology about damage.
Now it's not always going to produce perfectly. You got to understand these do cost 100 credits per, which can equivocate to like $5 a clip. Fortunately enough, hard to play with, but this is what we put in to produce that. So pretty similar, not far off, but I think that we could have done a little bit better. So if we wanted him to be wearing a shirt, something like that, we definitely could have done that. So from there, we're going to go back to the Bigfoot scene ideas. And we're going to go over like the tidbits here. So once we get into Gemini, we can produce whatever we want. I don't use Gemini a lot. You can get some free daily generates out of it, but I really just don't love it. And here's why. Let's see. Like if you're doing little stuff like this, it's fine. Interesting tidbit, you cannot get a baby to talk. So right here, this is what we used. If you put baby in any description, whether it's describing a cat, a dog, a possum, whatever it may be, it will not generate sound due to certain laws. So if I'm sounding like I'm all over the place here, I'm just going down the line here of the things I've ran across and had to deal with and burnt a lot of credits doing. So just kind of bear with me on that. I didn't script this. I didn't do anything too crazy. Just kind of slapping it together due to popular demand. So here, I wanted Bigfoot, 8-second clip for flow. Bigfoot is a big hairy cryptid, yada, yada, yada. He wears a shirt that says dick cheese, right?
Bro, y'all ate the pepperoni rolls? It's like bread, but it's got meat in it.
So here's the big thing here. So right, we got into it. He said, if we look here, he said, bro, y'all heard of pepperoni rolls, right? Heard. If you're going to do anything, make sure that this is proper. I wouldn't have thought that this was going to produce a weird dialogue, but if I was doing this and I was trying to be conscientious, making it like for TV, if it was going to be in front of a lot of people that I really cared about saying or for a business, I would 100%.
She said she was thick. I thought.
Make sure that all of this is lowercase. You could do the first letter, but this could come out BRO, like they might say BRO. You don't want that. So just like little things like that we're going to go over. It's really big, plug and play. Sometimes you're going to burn a few credits, but you can edit these things up and kind of do better. But here's the biggest thing that you're going to notice when we do go to generate and flow. So all of these were made with VO3 in mind. You're going to see an option for VO2. Right here, VO2 fast, you're going to receive the crappiest quality that you could possibly fathom. And all it is, it's the previous rendition of VO in Gemini. So you can use the VO3 fast text to video with beta audio and beta audio. VO2 will never produce audio. It's just not set up for it. This will just use the VO3 quality. And I may be wrong on how many credits. So yeah, the VO3 fast text to video, it uses 20 credits. Anytime I'm doing something that I'm trying to produce really high quality, I'm going to use the VO3, which does cost 100 credits per generation. If I was using my own dime and dollar, I would play around with VO3 fast text to video more. But I'm going to tell you the VO3 quality, if you're going for something like this, you're going to want anything that I've produced. It's all been with VO3 quality for the most part. But yeah, this is going to be a little bit more on flow. So
I dated a blue-haired girl with sleeve tats.
We want to add this to scene, right? So the thing is, right here, you're never going to get what you want out of it. So we can go extend to. So it's going to say, you would just type it in here, right? Whatever you want to do. If you extend this scene, VO3 quality is not going to be selectable. If you jump to the next scene, it's still not going to be selectable. So if you wanted this to continue, it's just not going to happen. It's never going to happen identically the same. The only way that you can even kind of combat that, and I run into this, you'll see a lot of different possums, a lot of different Sasquatch, voices are going to be different. It's in the character description. So it's going to be relatively the same if you use the same scene. So that one's pretty standard, but you're going to want to be really specific with how you describe these things. Don't be afraid to use things like real, literal. Be very, very descriptive, and sometimes ChatGPT isn't going to give you exactly what you need out of it. It'll give you flow compatibility. You always want to put in flow compatibility, but that still doesn't mean that it's going to produce the same result every time. So you have to take out the variables. So you can still continue from here. You can just hit this, or if you don't hit anything at all, you can still continue the video. Just Bigfoot, yada, yada, yada. And it will produce a similar result. But what you have to do, let me just exit this off. You have to make sure that you use this identical description. You have to make sure that you use all of this to a T. And I would even go as far to describe the voice, because whenever you do it, it's going to produce as similar of a result as possible. And then you're just going to change up what you want them to do. And you can even just have this do it. I'm just going to say, write another scene. So right here, it gave us a character description. I've trained this AI to produce the same character description every single time for me. But now if we want him to say this, we're just going to hop over. I'm not going to burn credits for this, so forgive me. So let's just say all this was set up perfectly, properly. Make sure that you're spacing it. You do not hit enter. Don't ever hit enter. It's never going to work. You have to hit space and push it all down. Otherwise, it's going to get a little confused. Yeah, there's a lot to cover in this, so you just kind of bear with me on it. A lot of tidbits as I'm just kind of walking you through it, because it's been a lot of trial and error for me. And what this is for, this is so that you don't have to waste money doing it yourself. So let me waste the dealership's money and you save yours, and hopefully you can make some quality content out of it. I'm gonna hit stop on this video, and then I'm gonna start working on some other little things here, and hopefully I can get another one out tonight so that you guys can kind of see the rest of the little bits and pieces. That was kind of a crash course, but we'll go in depth here so that you guys aren't totally lost.